Absolutely right. And this is where Rick Pitino is different in 2026. It isn't pressure for chaos, it's pressure for choice elimination. And you're seeing the progression game by game to the credit of not just any individual player on this team, but the players on the floor, whoever Rick Pitino is putting into his lineup, is really focused on becoming cohesive as a unit. And that I think, really to the point of what this matchup about, UConn and St. John's really comes down to is the difference in the basketball IQ and choices that the St. John's players are making this year against their opponents, and now coming up against number 3 in the nation. You're absolutely right about Taris Reed Jr. being the big boy on the block. Ejiofor played him really well last year, and this year it's going to be the matchup of those two. The difference is that St. John's now has a phenomenal front court in Ejiofor, Mitchell, and Hopkins. And Bryce Hopkins last night against DePaul, and truthfully, going back to Butler and Xavier, Bryce Hopkins has absolutely stepped up his game to a level that is necessary to play against UConn. Because now you have 3 bigs to go up against UConn and really, really disrupt, them on both offense and defense. You got Ruben Prey coming off the bench. But I think the matchup that's really going to be the key factor to this game is Josan Sanin. And Rick Pitino has had this incredible success this year. First with keeping Dylan Mitchell on the bench until the Providence loss. Benching Dylan Darling, and now getting a level of play out of him where his nickname is Church Bells, and we know why. And the same thing is happening with Josan Sanin. And last night's game, I think Josan Sanin was the unsung hero of the game last night because, again, he played exceptionally quiet success. He was not the guy on the floor that you necessarily noticed. He was the guy on the floor, like Dylan Mitchell before him, doing the little things that you don't notice but make the difference in the game. He was, bumping players, clearing the box out properly, getting in guys' face, and also on offense, he was creating space. His pull-up jumper, is starting to fall. And I think that's what we need to see, especially up against a very, very elite defense that's going to go after Zuby. They're going to, really look for the coverage and push St. John's to the outside. And it's going to come down to, really making those critical, shots. I think, UConn's defense is elite at the rim. But athletic wings like Sanin, who can shoot in rhythm, rebound out of space, and attack closeouts, that's where they're human.